Welcome to the Include channel, and today we're going to talk about Kcse Revision Paper 1, Riddles, Homophones, and Telephone Conversation. Let us check the example of a riddle and how to tackle it from the processes, each and everything. If you're here as a student, you're welcomed and you're in the right place. How to tackle riddle questions. Example 1. Challenger, take a riddle. Respondent, I take it. Challenger, this small woman cooks better than your mother. Respondent, it's a bee. Stages of riddling process: invitation, acceptance, challenge or the riddle itself, guess or answer, prize, response or the answer. So these are the stages of riddling processes. So in case you find a query asking the stages of riddling process, make sure you know them. Then from the example that you've heard, we're able to answer some questions here. Who are the most likely to be the participants? Children, because you've seen from the example, and the most appropriate participants are supposed to be children. What would happen if the respondent didn't give the right answer? Do you remember the stages of riddling process? I've tackled them. So what would happen if the respondent didn't give the right answer? The challenger would give the prize, and if the respondent is satisfied with the prize, the challenger gives the answer. Let us now move to homophones. First of all, what is a homophone? Homophones are words that are pronounced in the same way. Then you have examples here that I've given you. The first one is blue. The homophone is blue. The other one is sow. Homophone is sow. The other one is flower. Homophone is flower. The other one is one. No, no, wood, wood, air, air. We have so many homophones, so you're able to check, and I'll be providing more as we move on. Role for the chairperson in group discussion. This was a Kcse question. You have been allocated to chair a group discussion. What do you do to make the discussion successful? First of all, make sure when you are answering these questions, you start with I would. So the answers are supposed to be, I would guide the group, I would appoint the secretary, I would ensure proper turn taking to control temper. I would also make sure that the group focuses on the topics given. I'll also appreciate every person. Importance of riddling. First, it improves critical thinking, it enhances cognitive skills, it boosts creativity, it promotes social interaction, it also builds confidence. Telephone conversation. Example, I give you an example here of a Missy and secretary trying to have a conversation, and you can see a Missy is saying hello, secretary replies, hello, who are you? Missy, I am Ian Simiyu. Is that Walimu Wema College? Secretary, yes, what do you want? Missy, I'd like to talk to Pre. The secretary tries to interrupt them and say, the principal is not in. Missy, I wanted to inquire on how to join the college. Secretary, There's no room for more students. Missy, could you tell me about the next intake? Secretary, I don't know. You'll see the advert in the newspaper. Let us first tackle the etiquette in telephone conversation. You should speak or answer promptly and politely. Ideally within 3 rings, start with a warm greeting and introduce yourself clearly. Another point, clearly and at a moderate pace. That is, avoid mumbling or speaking too fast. Your tone should be friendly and professional. Third point, listen actively. Don't interrupt. Take notes if needed and show that you're engaged in the conversation. Use appropriate language. Avoid slang or overly casual expressions in professional settings. Ask before placing someone on hold or transferring. It shows respect for their time. Be mindful of background noise. Choose a quiet environment to avoid distractions. End the call courteously. Summarize any next steps, thank the caller, and say goodbye warmly. From the example that I gave you for the telephone conversation, we're able to identify the shortcomings of the telephone conversation where the secretary is rude. In the first conversation to us, what do you want? You're supposed first to introduce yourself so well, so we can see that the secretary was very rude. Another point, the secretary interrupts the conversation. Where I've read with the prince and trying to confirm that the secretary interrupted Alima. So another point, the secretary didn't introduce herself. She just started by asking, what do you want? Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, share, and comment. Let us meet on our next video.